the coaching change because one, Dwayne Casey, he just seemed like a better coach. But you're right, Budenholzer, when he had talent, he did a good job, and he went deep into the bench. The same thing Casey went. He went deep into his bench. He found guys like Van Fleet and you know what I'm saying, and all these guys that can play. So it's going to be funny to see how they can do it. It just seems like Toronto's in a weird space right now. I just feel them in a weird air.
Okay.
So maybe I definitely see them taking a step back because I think with the additions, I think Indiana's better than them. I think Boston's better than them. And if Philly can stay healthy somewhat, I think they're better than them. You can look at a team like Miami who ascended last year, but I don't think Gordon Dragic can keep a team on his shoulders all year.
Man, I'm not a believer.
And I think the hype of getting Dwayne Wade back, helped them propel them into another, in the half of the season.
What has he decided to do?
I don't think we've heard anything.
Okay. I follow him on Snapchat.
He's working out a lot.
Yeah, he works out.
His son plays.
He's always traveling.
Little Flash is pretty good.
Yeah, his son's pretty good.
Yeah, so it's that's up in the air with Miami. Detroit, who knows what they're gonna do.
Yeah, you got a chance to make the playoffs.
You got a chance.
They gotta stay healthy. Like, can Reggie stay healthy?
I think they're just gonna bite the bullet and just run out this Reggie
Nobody
contract.
wants him.
So these next 2 years, just play Reggie and just call that a bust.
That's so sad. Maybe Dwayne Casey makes him better. I don't
know.
But I think a lot of people in the East, if you have a team in the East and they're your favorite team, you should be excited this year because you have a chance to get to the playoffs. And maybe you make some noise.
Yeah.
Maybe you make some noise in the playoffs.
If you're Washington, you got Dwight Howard. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? With their locker room, I say it's a bad thing. Because
it's more than
you add Dwight Howard to a locker room that's already a little, edgy,
off, a little off.
So yeah, so I don't, expect to get mid-season reports on that from a coach who don't really do nothing about his roster, Scott Brooks, like. So, yeah, that's going to be drama within itself in Washington.
Otto Porter and Dwight Howard are fighting.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre's
mad at Dwight Howard. like he doesn't like my mohawk.
So, yeah, the East is open. Like, I would ask, like, do you see a surprise coming out the East? Do you see, like, a player that you didn't see coming out of nowhere or a team or – as we talk about them, I don't really think so because I think everybody really is who they are. I can say, like, man, I really think John Wall will have this, if they play it right, John Wall will have a great, maybe MVP caliber year, a lot of alley-oops to Dwight Howard, but that regards me to trust Dwight Howard, which I don't. You know what I'm saying? So the only guy in the East that I expect to be, like, borderline MVP category is Oladipo, because I expect Kyrie to get hurt. Like I expect you to go 20 to 35 games without Kyrie.
Oh, that's tough. To me, that's the only guy. I think he has a chance to win the MVP because he's in the East, and he should be the best player in the East, and that's Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see him get hurt to cause that to happen. I think he's a joy to watch. I would love to see what it's going to be. To me, I'm interested in what can you do with a full squad, hopefully healthy. And now it's about the plan that you had to get out of Cleveland, out from under LeBron, and get to a place where you felt like you could really ascend to that top level.
Yeah.
So I want to see that. I think to me right now, he, at the start of the season, healthy, everybody, all things considered, he's the best player in the East.
Yeah.
He has a chance to win the MVP because he can dominate the East by himself.
So it's Kyrie's East.
It's Kyrie's East.
We're going to go to that subject.
Yeah.
Who's the best player in the East?
To me, it's Kyrie.
Okay.
I can see Vic having that type of season. I don't know if it's enough to get him into, like, the top 3 discussion of MVP. I think if you list out 5 to 7 players, like they do the Heisman Watch every year. You got like all these guys, but they only invite 3 guys to New York.
Yeah, he'll slide in there.
I think he'll slide in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's great enough. And here's why. Not because of him. Because I see your point. Like the East could be won by one guy with some guys that are helping. I'm not sure the others of the Pacers are those guys because they've always been like a middle tier team to me. Like
always.
I feel like they're gonna make noise. I feel like if they get the right matchup, they could maybe surprise some people. But sooner or later in the playoffs in the NBA, stuff catches up with you. Now the thing about them when they played the Cavs that scared me was I always thought the Cavs were gonna win the series, but they had big long lineups. So and they were athletic, and they did get better. I mean, picking up Tyreek was good, and Victor's definitely on his way up. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works. I think he can get in the bigger conversation. I think we're still talking same guys next year MVP wise, but I definitely think Victor's in that upper echelon. But I hope he can grab it and do it. Like we know Vic, he changed his body this year. We saw that. Now nobody's shocked, man. Oladipo, nobody's shocked. So now, are you about to go to that void where you could arguably be the second best player in the East? Are you about to go to that level? And if he puts his team in the number 2 slot in the East, then he's probably top 5 in the whole league. If he can put Indiana in, because then you're going to say he brought the franchise back, right? If their conference finals is Boston, Indiana, I think you're a prophet again, as you've been over the years.
Let's bring up a guy who we haven't talked about yet, Giannis. Where you see Antetokounmpo in this whole mix.
So that's the guy I was thinking of, right? So surprise, because you're right. A lot of the teams in the East are who you think they are. So is there a team that could really take advantage of LeBron being gone? The first teams that come to mind are Boston, Toronto, because LeBron impacted them so much because those were the teams that were there.
Right.
The Bucks are always like on the fringe, and you're like, they got Giannis, so they might win a round. But at the end of the day, they still are the Bucks. I want to see Giannis's game change, like evolve.
Shoot.
Yes. You got to shoot a jump shot. Like if the dude can make a shot from 15 to 25 feet out, that mid to long range jump shot, then he becomes unguardable. Until he does that, and he's been in the league long enough now, I don't know.
Yes. I don't think.
I'm not sure.
You know, all the crap that he talked, I'm not going.
I'm not ever leaving. I'm staying in Milwaukee.
You never see this guy in the gym like that.
Nope.
Like he don't got the IG where he's putting in the work. But like you'll see a workout video here and there.
He's Greek.
Yeah, but you'll see him and his lady and him and his brothers but you don't see Giannis in there shooting to the gym lights cut off.
Right. But he doesn't want people to know his secrets.
He ain't got no secrets. He's a freak of nature. That's how he got his name.
Yep.
You can get 20 points a game in this league just by being a freak of nature. And that's what he is.
Yep.
But if you got Jason Kidd fired because you don't want to shoot a jump shot, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're making Jabari Parker is probably going to leave this year.
Oh, Jabari. Just stay healthy, though, Jabari. Stop tearing your ACL.
Jabari Parker is going to leave this year, so it's really just going to be you. You and Dellavedova. What can you do with it?
Wow. Yeah, no, I agree. That's why I'm not ready to say he's a possible surprise because we haven't seen.
He is what he is.
We haven't seen the evolution. Yeah, so I don't even bring the Bucks up on the list. Like to me, you're still talking 5, 6 to 8 for the Bucks. They're still the same team, and it's Milwaukee.
Say they got worse.
And the only players to me is does Victor go, brethren? What's up, Deuces 11? Does Victor go to that higher ascension? Now we get to find out, Kyrie, did your plan work? Which I remember being a Cleveland fan going, Kyrie, just wait one more year. Because we kind of felt like LeBron's probably leaving.
Who wants that? I don't. But it's still a shadow.
It's hindsight. But that's true. But I think the city would have been ready to go, Kyrie, let's go. Like Kyrie and Kevin, let's go.
Yeah, but
that would have been nice.
LeBron might have stayed if Kyrie was still there.
That's true. Because he would have looked at it and thought he could win too.
Yeah, if they would have won 2 or 3 games in this last finals.
Yeah, that's true.
He probably was like, man, I still got a good chance with this kid.
That's true. Okay. All right. I just thought that, just throw that out there. But I want to see if he can ascend now. I really want to see Kyrie. Can you take that? Like, can you become that guy that everybody's got to get through?
Yeah. I mean, the beginning of last year, who were the MVP guys? Kyrie, Giannis, the early MVP candidates. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Porzingis.
Yep.
And then all those guys fizzled out, and then the real guys, came to the top.
Right.
I mean, I don't say real guys in reference to Kyrie not being a real guy, but he always gets hurt.
Yeah,
and he's been known to choose his body over playing.
That's true.
So not to the Kawhi extreme, but to the extreme of he will shut it down until he gets right.
That's true. Very true.
So I don't know. That's why I say you expect him to miss 20 to 35 games.
That sucks.
You got to put that in there. Like Embiid, you got to know he's going to miss 20 to 35 games.
Dang. I think that's the only
because they coddle Embiid. Like they really don't.
Oh God, yeah.
They don't no back-to-backs on the road for Embiid. like he's not a real NBA player.
I think that's the only way another team gets the East is Kyrie getting hurt. Like to me, Boston's good enough, especially defensively. Plus you got to start giving Boston a game or two or three because of their coach.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to say Brad Stevens is going to win a handful of games. Yeah. So you got to give them that too. I think that the only way somebody else gets the East is if Kyrie gets hurt. And you're right, he gets hurt every year. I just don't want to see him get hurt and go down. I like to see him play. Like honestly, 82s, that's absurd nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what LeBron did was amazing. I'd like to see Kyrie play somewhere in the range of 70 to 75 games.
Okay.
I mean, if you twist an ankle here, a finger there, whatever, get you out a day or two.
Right.
But I like to see him play somewhere between 70 and 75 games. To me, if he can play that number and they can pretty much stay healthy for the most part, I think they run away with the East, to be honest with you.
65 games.
65 games,
yeah.
And the next closest team is 5-6 games out.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's Boston's to lose. I think Kyrie is the best player there. I think Victor Oladipo is a great
because they did have
great chance.
They had a run, right? What was it 17 straight, 16, 15, something
16
like that?
straight. Yeah, Boston went off on a.
Yeah.
Remember, we thought when Gordon went down, it was a wrap,
mm-hmm.
and they ran off a nice streak. They went out and beat Golden State in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
They were coming back from 25 down like every other night.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they were doing some stuff. You were like, okay,
because they got, like you said, coaching and defense.
Exactly. So Deuces 11 says Boston and Philly. No one else in there. What about Indiana? Dre Pitt pointed out Indiana.
Yeah, I'm on the Oladipo train.
Yeah,
I just want to keep getting it and keep going. Like I think he got that drive, and I think this year will let us know what's going on.
We'll see.
So I guess we can go to the list since I keep bringing it up.
Indiana loses. He said Indiana loses in the second round.
It depends on who they play. Like if Indiana plays the Philly, I would still pick Indiana because I don't trust the process. I don't trust Embiid to be healthy, and Ben Simmons has yet to prove that he can shoot a jump shot.
I trust the process has gotten us to where we see Philly now. They're back. They're relevant.
Right.
I think what I don't trust about Philly is, to me, they think JJ Redick and Saric and those guys are enough as far as shooting to carry them, and I don't believe in their shooting like that. Those are streaky guys. But I think if you're an Indiana team,
your best guy has to be able to shoot the ball.
Yeah, Ben Simmons has to shoot. We'll see if that changes. Like to me, he's got to evolve. Like he's probably got the biggest opportunity to really show us next level player because he did some great things this year. And if he gets a jumper, then everybody's like, okay.
And a relatively, I was going to say relatively healthy guy that missed the whole rookie season. But this year,
bring the bell back over.
He was relatively
okay.
And you can talk about him ascending into that.
Did you just say he was relatively okay this year?
In the health thing.
I was like,
I'm not taking shots. I'm not taking shots.
Okay, triple-double machine.
Yeah, but I'm saying like he can. If you talk about Kyrie and Giannis,
yes,
he could be a guy that could take that.
Yes,
if you accept, like 17, 10, and 10,
right,
as MVP, he averages a triple-double, but like the points are like 17, 16, 15. You know what I'm saying? And they got a winning record. You can say that's ascension.
That'll be ascension. But to me, I think before we say Philly's ready, he's got to go. To me, he's got to go into the 22 to 25, 26 points a game range.
Okay.
Like to me, he's got to go LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's from a scoring, assist, rebound perspective.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to go. I can control the game from my spot,
Mm-hmm.
which is abnormal because of my size. So I can be a point guard, left-handed, 6'10",
Mm-hmm.
and I can give you 25.
Okay.
Like if he does that, now to me, Boston and Philly become on a collision course.
Okay.
But if he only scores 17,
and that's why I think Indiana still can sneak in there.
I agree. Yeah, if he's only 17 points, then you see, okay, he can now make a jump shot,
Mm-hmm.
but it still hasn't become prolific.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, if I'm him, you're shooting 1,000 shots a day, buddy. Like that's all you're doing this summer. Your handles are fine. Your rebounding is fine.
Dana Kardashian.
You got to be healthy and make a jump shot.
See what happens. He left the Detroit singer for Kardashian. So
we'll see.
It sucked the life out of him. So
is he with the Kardashian now?
Yeah, the Jenner girl.
Ben Simmons?
Yeah. The not Kylie, but the other Jenner girl.
Ben, is this a night where we're just trying to help these young guys?
Yeah.
First we
close your eyes, talk to
Ben. Ben, listen, Ben. Ben, this is Ben.
You know they made their own Australian 2K. That's for him.
Yes,
and put him on the cover.
I did see that. Ben, listen. I have to point you in the same direction as I pointed Clint. Take a look at a guy named Tristan Thompson.
Oh God.
Look at what this does to a guy like that when you go into that family. Ben, come on, Ben. Come on, Ben. Get it together.
You can do it, Ben. You can do it.
Come on, Ben.
All right, so we've identified our top 3 teams in the East moving forward. We've identified who we believe are the top tier guys moving into the East. And maybe even our surprises, and things of that nature. Let's try. It's list time. Here at the Academy. It is July. So
y'all know how we do.
July means list time.
List time.
Go ahead and play along.
Right.
If you're listening. We're going to do top 5 young players or young vets or rookies or just consider young players on the rise. So top 5.